changed from the version that you coded, and my version is that I added this remove bottom item. And the way I did is to basically in the render list, when I create the li, I also create this remove button, and I say it's a type button. When on click, call this function, and I set some class, and I look at this. I set the index. Why I set the index? Because when I call this function, which is this, when I call this function, which is this one, I need the index that I can read from the data index. You see? This data index is this one. So I can read it back and put it in my URL of the delete. And then when it's delete, I always call this render list. So that's the change. Remove button here. Type what happened when you click, class, and this data index. This is the important bit. And then some text. And then this function, which is this one, will be called when you click on the button. This event will be the event which contains the target, so which contains the HTML, and then from that HTML I can read back the attribute, I can read back the index. If you look at this HTML, the button contains the index, so this is index 0 and this is index 1. So when I click, I read on this and I read this data index, so I can use it in my Axios request here. Does it make sense? Okay, so let's add another one more. Tomato. Let's say 100 tomatoes for 2 crowns. Add item. I think I've stopped and restart the application, sorry. Yeah. Banana, 2 crowns, and let's add apples for 120. So this will have data index 2. So now I can, when I click remove, it will be removed. If I click remove, it will be removed. And you can see the request here. Delete. So I found actually a bug in this application. If I click this without any input, look what happened. $500 internal server error. If I go and see my error here, the app crashed. So I need to handle this this case. So if I go back to my index, when I post, I need to double check if those things are there. So I'm starting now to add validation. You get that part? Now I start to actually validate the data coming. So, and we can do 2 kinds of validation. We can do validation at the client and validation at the backend. And you need both. You need validation in the client and you need validation in the backend. So I'll start with the validation in the backend. So if so one of the 3 is empty. So if this is empty, this is empty, and this is empty, Then I will return let's say for let's say HTTP status are not valid. Yeah, 401, yeah, 401 or no, 401 is I think 422 is actually alright. Yeah, 401 is when it's not authorized. So I'm returning this status code when this is wrong. So now if I run again my application and I do, you see now it's empty. If I do the same (422) and not 500, this is important because you want to the application didn't crash. In fact, I can it works because I'm handling that error. It works. You can add validation also in the client. Questions to you guys.
Validation function, I think, to level 4.
That's how you add validation in the client. Do you see that? I'll try again. I think I was too quick. You use this required attribute on the inputs. So you can instruct the browser to say, hey, watch out, those inputs are required. So I cannot, you can see, even if I'm pushing this, no requests are fired. I'm not stressing the server. Because this, please fill in this field. And if I fill this and I keep, it will complain on the second. So now I cannot fire requests to the browser if the data not there.
It was one video I saw where one was making like a function and put an ID on the form. All the form.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can start leveraging what is for free in the browser, right?
Simple,
yeah, this is simple, right? So in the case we want that all are required, then we can use this one, and this is fully automatic, recognized by the browser. So that's how you fix that 500 error. And if you try to post without data, like that, you should, oops. Four two two. You see, I get 422 and the list is unchanged, and this is this one. In fact, if I refresh, it's this one. If you are done with what you should have been doing before, try to add the remove item button yourself. If you're not done, just carry on. Yes. And then we have another break in 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes, because we need to play a game, a quiz game. And then the winner of the quiz game will receive something from me next time. There is a prize.
So after the quiz, we should do something else?
No, the quiz is last thing. So
in the slide saying deploy or
No, we skipped the deploy part. No. No, there is no deploy.
But in the first page you mentioned somewhere. Starting, yeah, deploy out.
This is like an. I don't think we have time. No, we don't have time. I would rather prefer that we finish the app.
So this is the last class. So
This is the last class, yes.
Do they have the homework for the next class? Or
Yes, it would be to finish this off.
how are you going to follow up on this one?
I will come next week as well.
Okay. So they will start something else.
Yeah, they will start something else, but I'll come next week and we have half an hour before they start and we check the homeworks. And for homeworks, besides the remove item, there is also edit. And when you click edit, you should pre-fill this. I'll repeat it. So this remove item, there will be also edit item. So when you click on edit, let's say this one, those data, they will be populated. This form will be populated with those data. So you can change, and then this, instead of say add item, it will say edit item. Then when you click, this will change, the form will be clear, and this will go back to add. Okay. I'll try to implement it quickly so you can see how it works.
You have a get method, right? Your screen's been dark. Like this line. You don't like these.
One time I was losing my
Now
sight.
it's better. I think probably I have some problem with my eyes. It's nice. Very different. to post, you need to receive the input first, right? So you define an HTML and a form here, right? Some form. So here's the form, right? From this form, you have to receive the information. You should read the information first here, right? So how do you read the information? Get the ID, something, right? And the form and the
Render
you
was like
you
render.
listen to the event. So event handler, if you submit event handler, then you start reading the DOM element. So you can, if you don't know how to write this code, so you can search here. Like, you can say it and event handler. Yes. You just write something, it will give you the example. Even decimal for submit. Submit form.
Perfect.
Copy that one. Yes, I'm sure you can just write after this one post. After this one, before this one. And it is a good practice if you can do some, space between these two things. These are the two things you're trying, right? Right? Here. So you can read the form by ID, right? What's the ID?
Form, let me check.
Sure. Item form. Yes. And then it's fine. Then here you need to basically read the information. So now
I did value.
for instance, just to do this example. For instance, you have to read the item name, right? So you define a variable. Say item name. Equal. This. This, right? So you want to read the name value, right? So document get element by ID. What is the ID?
Name.
So if you do this way, it will give you what the element mode. If you to read the value for sure, right?
Equals value or dot value.
Yes. You can read the same way for 3 lines. Copy paste and just change the information. and remove the last one. Like that, right? So now, just try out. Is it working on this, right? So you can just say console, log. Before you save information, you just see if you can read the information. It's better. It's better if you can. So if you can put everything in one JSON object, right? For instance, you can say const. So you can do that const. Write the const. Const item equal JSON object. Non curly braces. Yes. So now we copy this item name on not everything first thing. Then copy that. Paste it. And you remove this one, and then remove const. Yes, just call it name. Remove item here. Small name. And remove the equal sign. Okay. Colon, right? Object should be like that. So we are writing an object, right? Colon. So, yes, this way you do for others. Eyes and
This one has to be in quotes.
no. So you can also do the same thing here, right?
I can also use this
Yeah,
one.
item. Compile and
Enter.
but you can add from the email.
Yeah, using the
Okay,
other
that's true, that's true. So you have added an item, right? Now you just type something here. You click this one, not before you click the one and splits up at the end. It's saying, what it's saying?
cannot
Read property the value of null, right? And click on it, replace it. So in that, it can read for once before it can read.
It's not.
Yes.
So I have to start it again.
Refresh, you drag down the code, right? Now the component here. Can you remove this one again?
2 minutes, huh?
So what you can see here,
You see the object, it's only the name.
name and character. So if you need more information, right? What do you need more?
Price
Price
and
numbers. Also add them. Then it will be ready for save. So when you have the item object, then you can go to the index. It's fine here.
Form.
No. So when you have the object, so you can now after call the post method and pass the object, and it will save for you. So you now move them in the object.
Nice.
No, you don't need this. You delete them.
yes, sorry.
You delete this for line. You don't need them. Delete all of them. Yes. Yes. So it's giving me some error, right?
Do I need the comma?
Yeah, exactly. It's nice, right? Now you copy this thing. Cut X. Put it inside. Yeah. Here. No, not console. You remove the console. After the console, yes. Or even better, you remove the console. Remove that. Yeah. So now, instead of sending this is an object. So you remove this thing. No, item. From there, you remove this. Yeah. And then so I mean removing object means for everything. So you are removing the whole object. Okay? Now you just write item. Small, right? That one. Yes. So you're just passing the object, right? So now you save and then compile and execute. Then you say okay. Save. Compile. It should be able to add the items. So what is that? And we go there. So it's saying index one file and go to my so what's the problem?
It's not I think get to remove the form.
Yes. Can you go to the external? So what's your ID? ID is also form, right? You say form, okay? Such. showing how to debug things. See, it's saying now.
It's not
So I
that
can't find this one. Still, I don't know the reason why. Let's find out. So it's an index. Okay. Once you have to do it,
Time out. We need 10 minutes for the game. So yeah, this is how works the edit item. So we have two items. You go on edit, and you see when I click on edit, I fill this or this. Then I change the price, let's say from 4 to 20, and edit. This goes back to add item. The form is clean, and also I calculate the total in real time. So, the total is 2 plus 2 multiplied 20, 2 by 20 plus 5 times 1. And if I remove, you see, if I add it, and this is maybe cost less, this is change, and I can add tomato. Okay, so this is the homeworks. I mean, obviously you can see you have the video while I implemented this, and you can cheat, but this is not a course on how to cheat. It's a course on Node, so try to do yourself. And obviously, if you're totally lost and you don't know what's going on, go to the video or ask or whatever. But this should be the end result. I'm using everything: patch, edit, delete, everything. Okay. So now we have 9 minutes left. Let's forget about everything. Let's close this. Also, I don't have more battery anymore. We can stop the video.